Alright, so today we are going to talk about the cannabis plant. And not just pot, but also a thing called hemp. Okay, and a lot of people I'm finding out are just starting to learn about hemp, so I'm going to try to move this knowledge forward. Um, okay, we're first going to start off with the medical benefits of pot. Now, for people who are perfectly healthy, who have nothing wrong with them, the benefits of pot is none, really, in all honesty. There's nothing. Um, it just gives you a good time. However, if you have cancer, it'll get rid of the nausea and make you hungry and help you sleep. If you have a sleeping disorder, it will make you sleep. If you have nausea, it will get rid of the nausea. If you have depression, it will get rid or at least somewhat alleviate the depression. Anxiety? Now, anxiety is something that humans actually need. It's a survival instinct. However, for people who have things like PTSD or the like, and or how am I putting this? And their anxiety is up, it helps to lower it back, maybe lower than a normal level, but that's easier to deal with than the high shakes and the fear and you're getting my drift. Um, it Is there any more benefits? There probably is. I just don't know them. I'm sorry, I do know one. It's a pain reliever. It's an extremely good pain reliever, actually. There is a woman that I heard about a long time ago in England, and she actually made pot desserts. And what she would do with this is in the morning she would eat a piece of fudge, and for the whole day, her arthritis and her back pain and her joint pain in general was gone, was not there. Um, it that can be really big. Um, that's for pot. Now to hemp. One of the things you can make with hemp clothing. It is the original cotton. Cotton is actually a replacement for hemp. And hemp also is actually the cannabis plant. It's the, how does that work? It's the fuzz, I believe. Something along those lines. I don't really know. I do, however, know that with hemp seeds, alright, now hemp seeds in and of themselves, eating hemp seeds is actually really good for you, really disgustingly healthy for you. It has this acid, okay? It's an essential fatty acid, and it's called GLA, okay? And what this little thing does is that it can lower your blood pressure, okay? It will get rid of swelling in we all know about veins, okay, and such. It will reduce swelling in your veins to make it easier for your heart to pump blood through, which takes off pressure of your heart, which makes it work normally again. Okay? So people with heart problems or blood pressure problems should definitely take this. If you have a problem with digestion, okay? If you have problems with fiber or with fats not helping everything go through, this helps. And we're talking about the seed, not the seed, okay? Losing weight naturally. Hemp will fill you up so you don't feel hungry and crave food, okay? And also what this does, it just gives your body a fatty acid that knows it needs, and so it will make it so you don't crave this food, okay? Because one of the reasons that we crave the junk food is because our body is looking for fat, and our brains don't really know where the fat comes from, so it goes to the things that we do know contain fat. One of them being cake, cookies, ice cream, and such. Hemp has this naturally. It gives you more energy. Do I know how? Probably by actually giving your body the vitamins it needs. And it harmonizes blood sugar. This is something that hemp oil also does. Alright, these things, hemp oil does this because it is derived from the hemp seed. Okay? Hemp oil can shrink tumors. I imagine the hemp in other ways can as well, but let's just think for a moment simply on skin cancer, which usually pops up as tumors, okay, or you can have skin tumors. You rub this on, it will shrink the tumor by 20% in, like, I think a week, 2 weeks maybe at the most. Yeah, I will, I'll try to post a link actually here of a video I once started watching, never finished, but, you know, it's how I learned about the blood sugar thing. Other things that can make hemp clothing. Oh, if you look at the Declaration of Independence, okay, it is made on hemp paper. Hemp paper. It's like, yeah, I mean, come on. You know, rather than using trees and cutting down trees that give us oxygen and shade and things like that, that will suck up water during a flood, okay, like 6,000 gallons of water. It's amazing that we don't use this. Another thing that hemp can make that we are just making now, it is a concoction made from hemp and lime. And guess what you can do with it, folks? It is insulation for houses. It keeps the cold air inside your house in your house, and it keeps the hot air inside your house inside your house. Or if you have the air conditioning on and you want your house cool and it's hot, you turn that air conditioning on and it will actually help expel the hot air. Vice versa with heat, okay? This stuff, when it settles, concrete usually cracks. This stuff might crack too, but in about 3 months, it fixes itself. It's estimated to last between 7 to 800 years, and it's biologically made. Now, do you have to put coating on the outside to keep it around? Yes. However, you have to do that with just about everything else. You have to do that with wood. You have to do that with, you know, it's... So there's really no excuse as to why we cannot use hempcrete. It can't be used as a foundation, you know, where all the weight sits. It's not heavy enough. It's actually a seventh or the eighth of the weight of concrete. So having half a ton or a ton of, you know, bricks and things on top of it, it's not really good for it, you know. Back in the day when this country was first created, one of the things that farmers were required to grow on a percentage of their land, let's say 10, was hemp. So that way people could make things with hemp, clothing, and the like, you know, paper, you know, things like that. It wasn't until like the 30s, the 40s, I don't really know. I can't remember. I suck with numbers. I didn't used to, but then I like got older, and after the age of 14, I just downhill. one of the reasons that it was banned was because the Mexicans who were coming over during their breaks when they were working, they would actually smoke a blunt. Okay? So people who didn't like Mexicans wanted to make it more unpopular for them to come over here, and they were trying and they succeeded in banning pot. Now, reasons that we're having trouble making it legal now. The drug company would lose 3/4, 4/5 of, which is 80% of their profit. There would be no more need for pain medications. There would be no more need for cold medications for, well, maybe cold medications. I don't know how pot works on stuffy noses. No more Pepto-Bismol, though. You don't need it. No more, oh, what else does it do? I don't know what else would be gone. I mean, condoms would stay. What else would stay? Birth control, because despite apparently still somewhat common belief, pot will not make you sterile. It might lower your sperm count a little, but besides the fact that you already have thousands upon thousands of those little things popping out, really, you don't have much to worry about. Alcohol will do the same thing, and yet alcohol is not illegal. Okay? What else? What else? Really, there's nothing else. I mean, the only bad thing that pot does, and for people who medically need it, this far outweighs any benefit. It will make you start to lose your memory. You have to smoke a lot for it to help you make you lose your memory. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount. It does not affect your lungs, at least not any more than cigarettes do. Now, personally speaking, I wouldn't smoke it. Would I maybe one day eat it? Possibly. If it became legal, so I wouldn't have to worry about getting fired from my job. But, yeah. Wood companies would lose out because we wouldn't need their wood for paper. Cotton companies would lose out, though probably not by much, because people would still want to use cotton, especially if they found the hemp uncomfortable. But one of the reasons that cotton is so high now is because people are getting wider, sadly, and because of the sheer number of people we have to clothe everyone, and we all use cotton or wool. Now, wool isn't really common. Cotton is. And the more cotton we use, the higher the prices. It's kind of like oil, in a way. It's like oil. But see, these people, these power-to-bees, if you will, do not want to lose out on their income for the same reason that the solar energy and renewable energy has not come into use. It's because the power-to-be do not want to lose their income. Is this right? No, it's not. Is this part of life? Probably. I'll post these links under my video. Questions are welcome, as are comments, of course. Video responses will be severely shocking, because I've never gotten one. Other than that, this is Alex Payne, Everlasting, signing out. Peace.